16 degrees outside. It's really weird, this weather. I don't know how to dress. I bought this quite recently. It's like a long sleeve t-shirt. It's quite thick, and then this is just a cheap acrylic cardigan. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really hot. Sorry, I just had a bagel. So I've got sesame seeds in my teeth. So this morning I have had a super relaxed morning. I just, well, I don't say what's wrong with me, there's something wrong with it, but the only thing I seem interested in doing at the moment is knitting. I'm like in my knitting era. I've become obsessed with knitting, and the thought of, you know, crocheting something, I'm like, nah, just not interested. It's so bizarre, because that's really not like me. I'm a crocheter first and then a knitter after. Anyway, if you watch Jeanette, maybe, I think she mentioned it, when I had a call with Jeanette, Karen and Laura the other night, we planned that all of us fancied having a go at knitting the Ranunculus. If you followed me for a while, I think we're going back to 2023, I did cast it on. If you're not a knitter, I do apologise. I did cast it on and I loved it. I was going great guns with it. I was knitting it in like 4-ply or sock yarn, and I'd done a lot of the lace work on the yoke. Went to Tanzania, come back, couldn't pick it up, lost where I was up to. I don't know, it was just, I gave up and I frogged it, unravelled it, and then but I've always fancied having a go. So now I'm attempting to knit it in a DK yarn, and I think I'm all prepared. This is what I'm going to do. This is the cast I'm going to use, because it's the pattern. It's that you can use, you know, you can have like a small neckline, a big neckline, you know, boxy, slimmer, what, you know, there's all different ways of sort of Frankensteining the pattern together. Anyway, all planned out. I have hunted all around the house for some 6mm needles, knitting needles, and have I got a pair? No, don't know where they are. I have had them, but where they are now, that's anybody's guess. And I'm normally quite good with my knitting needles. I thought, well, they must be in a project somewhere, but they're not. I haven't got any chunky projects on the go. So anyway, I cast it on. I'm doing the tubular, the small tubular cast on for the neck, and I've got a 5.5mm, and I've really struggled with it, and it's bothering me. I'm thinking I really want a 6mm, and then it came to me. There's 2 places in Althorn, which is the next village to me, that might have them. Failing that, I could go on Friday to the market, although I don't really fancy it, or I could order them online. But I thought, well, I was actually popping out. I was going to go to the village. I'll tell you why in a second. So I thought, well, I might as well just go to Althorn, and then I can go to the village on the way back. I need to just get out of the house today anyway. And whilst I'm loving knitting, I realise it's not good for me to just be doing that all day. I'm doing other things like this. I've cleaned the kitchen this morning and, you know, potted about and whatever. Anyway, so the reason I wanted to go to the village is maybe a week or 2 ago I shown you bought some, like a ball of chunky yarn, and it had a little furry pom-pom on it, and there was a QR code that you could make a beanie with it, like a hat. And I thought that's going to be a really quick make. So I started knitting with it last night, thinking I'll get this done in a couple of hours. And firstly, the pattern that's recommended, there's no way. I mean, it might fit a baby if you follow that. So I thought, well, I'll just look up what the average cast on is for, you know, chunky, like super chunky what needles. And then it said what I found was, like, for a medium sized hat, 44 stitches. And I used, even though the yarn said an 8mm, I went to 9, but it's firstly, one ball isn't enough, but it's really dense, the fabric, and I've only got one ball, and I really, really like it. I love how it's knitting up. So I thought, well, I'll pop to the Action. They only had one ball of that colour when I was there the other day, but they're not the best at restocking the shelves there. So I thought, well, I'll just pop and see, and then I'll go up a couple of needle sizes. I'll go up to quite big, and then with 2 balls I'll have enough. So yeah, knitting again. And whilst I'm talking about knitting, I was on the foot part of the gingerbread West Yorkshire Spinners yarn socks that I was knitting. It's going great guns, but I cast on is it 74 stitches, which is a large, and they were just so baggy, even with my cankles, and I was like, what to do, and I kept going, you know, pushing through, and I thought, no, stop it now. So I frogged that this morning, and I've actually, just before I came out of the house, I cast it on in my favourite 64 stitch cast on magic loop. Right, that's enough of the knitty talk. Sorry about that. Whilst we're on the crafty front though, I'm again very displeased with Daphne's diary, because September's magazine, I'm pretty sure it's September's, or maybe it's October, but still, we're, you know, halfway through October, not shown up. I could walk into many, you know, newspaper shops and buy one off the shelf. So what's the hold up? I tell you, I'm not going to order, I'm not going to renew my subscription from them. Actually, Lawrence did it, but still, I'm going to tell Lawrence not to renew the subscription. I have bought something from them in addition, but it was a one-off and that's it, I'm done with it. Just so shoddy, the service. Anyway, what else have we been up to? Nothing. It's Jeanette's birthday today. Happy birthday, my darling. Hope you've had a lovely day. I sang her, I left a voice note this morning singing happy birthday, and I just started and I went, happy birthday to you, and Lawrence went, who? So, sort of flared my nostrils at him to shut up, and I carried on singing. I said, what did you do that for? He said, why didn't you say I'm going to sing to Jeanette? So I don't have to tell you everything. Who? Oh man, I don't think it's just mine. In fact, I know it isn't. When I've watched some of the men folk guest appearing in some of the Vlogtobers, I've been laughing my head off. Oh, it's funny. So this evening, I think Lawrence is at hockey this evening. Don't know what the boys are doing. So I think I might just make a chilli or something quick and easy, and then whoever wants it, I'll just leave it in the pan, and whoever wants it can help themselves. And then I said to Lawrence, what's the plan for tomorrow? And he just looked blank at me, and I thought, oh, here we go. And I didn't say anything, and then he went, what's tomorrow? And I said, well, what's the plan for dinner? Because I'm not cooking tomorrow. And then I saw the cogs were whirring, and then he said, why? What? And I said, tomorrow is my birthday, Lawrence, and I'm not cooking on my birthday. And I saw his face, and he said, your birthday's the 17th. Honestly. So I said, no, Lawrence, it's the 16th, the same as every year since I was born. But I could see he was like starting to panic. I can't blame him for it, because I always get mixed up with his birthday. For some reason, I always get the day wrong, and I don't know why. And I have it in my phone, so I don't get the day wrong. It just won't. It won't stick. And I can remember, you know, I even remember my second cousin's birthday, but for some reason, so I think Lawrence has got the same thing with me. Anyway, it's fine. So I said to him, what do you want to do? I'll make dinner, we can order takeout, or we can go out. And said, you know what, we order takeout actually a bit too much. I said, let's just go out. So I don't know if the boys will join us, it's optional, it's fine. I think we're going to go to our local Japanese restaurant, because I'm just feeling in the mood for sushi. And our local Japanese restaurant does really nice sushi. We like it there. So, gosh, I'm 10 minutes and I'm waffling. Well, you've been keeping me company while I go to Alton. I'm going to try my best not to buy any crafty stuff, because I think it's the 23rd or the 22nd, I can't remember, that whole weekend. Next week, it's definitely the biggest craft fair in the Netherlands. I'm not sure if it was in Europe, I can't remember now, or it used to be. It's called Credo, and it's at the Jaarbeurs, which is the exhibition centre in Utrecht. Me and Nicola are going there. I think I might have mentioned this to you. We got tickets. So I'm just trying to hold off on buying too many crafty things, because I know I'll go mad. I always like come back with bags of stuff. It's nice because you always find stuff, you know, that you don't necessarily see online or in the shops, like a lot of like online or private sellers, you know, or from Germany or Belgium, or it's really nice. We do get a few Brits coming over for it sometimes, but I've not been to Credo for, gosh, quite a few years. I don't remember the last time. Might have even been with Nicola, actually, thinking about it. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to hold off. And Lawrence asked me last week, what do you want for your birthday? I don't need anything. Well, you know, I like shopping, and if I see something, I just buy it. And if it is something more expensive, I would ask for it, but I don't need anything. So I said, well, one of my perfumes, my favourite, is getting a bit low. So he said he'll get me a bottle of that, which actually isn't very cheap perfume either. And I said, and just give me some money, some spending money that I can, you know, spend at the Credo. You know, then I can craft shop guilt-free. Right, I'm going to stop waffling, otherwise it's just going to be me going on and on in the car. I'll come back on and I'll let you know how successful or unsuccessful my trip out has been. And if I do happen to accidentally buy some other crafty things, of course I'm going to show you. Oh dear, see you in a while. Scoffing popcorn on the way back. Didn't film much for two reasons. One, I went in the little hobby shop. I've taken you in there before. She's packed to the rafters with every kind of crafting you can imagine. She had every size needle, and there's Knit Pro Zing, which is what I'm currently using, except a 6mm. She even had a 6.5mm in the long needle, which I almost considered, but I thought, no, I don't do it to yourself, because they wreck my shoulder. And I didn't normally have a little walk in there and show you around, but we ended up getting into a whole chit chat about shoulder pain and with crafting. So she's really lovely, the owner. So it was nice just to have a chat with her. She was on her own today. And then she said she's going to place an order, stock order on Saturday. So she said, I'll make a note for it. So I said, I might have already got them by then. Oh, don't worry. Very sweet. So anyway, sorry, I've got loads of WhatsApps. I need to look at them. So I was just going to leave, and I thought, I'll go to the sewing machine shop. If you remember, it could have been on my old channel now. I can't remember exactly when. I'm still discombobulated. Where I bought that vintage sewing machine from. I've been shopping with him for years. He sells really good wool, mainly Catcher. Mainly Catcher wool. But all my embroidery floss, if I want like good quality, he serviced my sewing machine. I've just shopped there for years. Really, really nice guy. And his parents used to own the shop. Anyway, massive closing down sale. 1st of November. Lock the door and that's it, all over. I said, even your sewing machine servicing? He said, yeah. So I was like, oh gosh. Anyway, I bought some things because of course I wanted to support them, And there was stuff I don't need, but anyway, you know, I've just bought them because, well, I'll use them at some point, and the prices were fantastic. But he was telling, there was like quite a gaggle of people around the counter. So he was just telling some lady, you know, like that they were finishing and packing up and everything. And then he finished, and then he sort of looked at me as if to say, can I help you? And then he recognised me and he said, oh, I want to thank you for all your custom over the years. So I was like, oh, I said, are you really stopping with your sewing machine service? And he went, yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, ugh, I should have got it in and to have a good service done on it. Anyway, right. And then I went for the chunky yarn, the wool. So that meant I would have had to gone into my village, not the neighbouring village. And I was thinking, I felt a little bit like sad. So I was like, no, not sad, but just a bit like, oh, there's another little shop off the high street gone, you know. And I thought, oh, can I be bothered going into the village? So there's a little, how would you explain it? There's a shop. They're all over the Netherlands. We used to have one in our village, but it didn't do so well. But this one in Althorn does very well. And you can rent a shelving space. It's like a shop within a shop. And I always go in there, picked up loads of little knickknacks. Who remembers Baby Simon? He's still sat in my closet, in my cupboard. I got him from there. Anyway, I thought, I'll just go in and have a look round. I'm right by it. You know, it's nice just to have a little wander. And what do you think? The first thing I saw, this is bonkers. I might have even paid more than I would from the actual shop that I was going to go to, but I didn't care. The exact same wool for £3.95. I don't know how much it's currently selling in the Action, but I don't care. If I've paid more for it, I really don't care, because this is exactly why I was going to go into the village. Thought it's a sign. So thought I'd have a walk around. Whilst I'm in here, I'm going to walk around. Wait till you see this. This is so cute. I think it was like €2 or something. She's wrapped it up. Oh my gosh, brace yourselves. When you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's definitely €2.50. How cute is that? What do you reckon? Is it from the 50s, do you think? It's porcelain, ceramic. Lawrence, have you seen that? Nice. Isn't it cute? Nice, rolling his eyes, nice. More dust gatherers. Oh, I love it so much. It's in really good condition as well. Going in the cabinet of curiosities. And the other thing, I have been looking for new bedside lamps for months now. Since I had it in my mind to redecorate the bedroom, I've been thinking I need new lamps, and can I find ones that I liked? Anyway, normally I don't go upstairs there because it's a bit hit and miss, and I was very hot and flustered and I just wanted to come home. And I thought, I'll just go upstairs and have a quick look. And what do you think? I saw these lamps and they're an absolute bargain. They actually had a pair of them and they're metal, and they were €9.50 each. And it's like this tortoiseshell effect on them. Oh my gosh. Now the lampshades, not so much. And this one definitely needs a rewire. I've just shown Lawrence, so he's handy with stuff like that. He'll do that. So €19 for 2 lamps. And for a split second, I was going to tell her I don't want the lampshades. And I thought, actually, take the lampshades. There's nothing wrong with them. They just won't go in my bedroom. I might either decoupage them or cover them in fabric. Aren't they lovely? Oh, I'm thrilled to bits with them. What an absolute bargain. Right, I'll show you what I bought from the sewing shop and then I'll call it a day. Right, this is by Katja, as I said. This is Concept Reiki, is it? Superfine, it's alpaca. Can't use alpaca. Superfine alpaca and merino wool. I needed some mohair. I didn't realise it was alpaca. Oh, it's fine. It was just to hold it double. But anyway, I think it was like €2 a ball. And she only had one of these. It reminded me of a sunflower, so I grabbed it. Katja Capri Tones. How gorgeous is that? Isn't that? It's like a Van Gogh painting. If you're interested, what is the colour? Just if you want to sit by one yourself. Colour 300, 300, Capri Tones. And then just bought some cotton. You always need a bit of cotton. There wasn't much choice in the colours. I just wanted a neutral. So I've got a Gutterman. This is like a linen colour. I always have this in. And then this is a Brother. I've never had a Brother cotton before. Again, it's a similar tone, like a polyester cotton. And then they had this gold, like metallic Madeira, made in Germany. I mean, I have got gold thread, but you know, while they were selling them. And then I was looking for these a while ago. These are buttons that you can cover yourself, prim. So I've got 2 boxes of them. I think there's 5 in a box, is there? Yeah, 5. And then these were either €1 or 50 cents. I think with the, let me see. I think with the anchor, oh, I can't remember. Yeah, I think the DMCs were €1 and the anchor was 50 cents. So as you can see, I needed stock up on red. So I've got all different tones. I bought this thinking it looked a nice goldy colour, and then there was one little, what are they called? The floss skein stuck at the back. So I thought I'll grab that. I think this lot was €12. I mean, for good quality. So I think the whole thing from there was €25 or something. Yeah, I feel really, they seem happy, but I feel bad. Like a bygone age. I was just saying that to Lawrence. I mean, you know, internet shopping's killing these kind of, you know, small businesses. But it's been in the family for over 50 years. And, you know, 50 years ago, well, I remember going to my nana's local shops, and there, you know, you shopped local, and there was a little wool shop and a haberdashery shop at the local shops, and a lot of people still made their own clothing and did their own repairs, and you know, and it's just a different time now, isn't it? But yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to find a new place to have my machine serviced. Right, I think it's a little bit of a longer check-in today, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. That was our Wednesday, and tomorrow's my birthday, so I'll let you know how my birthday goes tomorrow. No plans as of yet. As I said earlier, we might go out for dinner tomorrow. I think we might go out in the day. We are, Lawrence said we are. I might go out in the day. I'll see. William's free from college tomorrow, so I don't know, we'll see. Right, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a lovely evening. See you tomorrow. Bye.